Hey everyone, welcome back to Robb's Car World. Today's top pick is an original 1963 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88 Holiday. I found this car on Craigslist. It's in New York City, of all places. Let's go check this very original looking car out. I found this car a little while ago on Craigslist in New York City. Hello, New York City. And sometimes you can find cars like this here, and they're garage kept. And this car looks like an original, possibly even the original paint, but I'm really not sure, and there's not that much information on it. The seller goes on to say the 63 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88. The Dynamic 88 was the base car. You'll notice this car doesn't have power windows or anything like that. It's a one-of-a-kind collector's item, looks and drives like new, all original. It's got the 394 cubic inch engine, which was standard then, but this has the two-barrel carburetor, which could be run when it came out on regular gas, not premium gas. So that was a difference, and it started going up to the four-barrel and bigger engines. This 1963 Oldsmobile 88 was now the fifth generation. I just learned that a little while ago. And when you look at the assembly plans of all the different places this car was built, from Linden, New Jersey, right here in my hometown, in Texas, in Georgia, in Massachusetts, in Kansas, just in Delaware, it's amazing back then how many cars were built in the United States at that time. And, this was a large, front engine, rear wheel drive layout on the B body. It was considered the same platform with the Cadillac, the Pontiac Catalina. And by 1963, the car was refreshed. You remember they did this every year. You knew new was new when you can stand 50 feet away from a car and say, that's a 1962, that's a 1963. It was easy because the manufacturers back then did bumper changes and extensive body work from time to time on every model year. So this model year 63 was unique. It had just came out. The underbody of the car is the same from 62, but new exterior sheet metal sculptured around, kind of like looking like the Lincoln Continental style with the slab sides. That was a big thing back then with the slab sides and all. So this car, just look at the photos real quick. I mean, I can't believe how beautiful this car looks. And he's only asking $13,995, which I think is a deal. Now, the thing is, it's 1963. It's a long time ago. It's a sedan, hardtop sedan. And, the buying audience for this car is extremely narrow. I mean, we're dealing with people that remember these cars or want something that's not a Cadillac or not a, Pontiac. And they just want this Oldsmobile. And so the buying audience is very narrow, which makes me think that, you might even be able to get this car even less than $13,995, maybe even $11,000. When I search cars, the three criteria I use is originality, condition, and price. And this car fits all three criteria really well. Overall, the paint looks beautiful. The chrome works looks really nice. Look at that head-on view, how beautiful the bumper is. It's got current plates, so that's nice. It's been driving around. It looks like it's near the water, probably maybe near LaGuardia Airport, somewhere in Queens maybe. And full wheel covers at the time, white wall tires, beautiful stance. I mean, the car sits very well. And with a hard top, that look, it does have that Lincoln look to it. And that's what they were trying to get out of it. It almost looks like a Mercury. And, this is on Oldsmobile. And there's a holiday script on the car. The paint looks fabulous. Again, we can't tell because we're just looking at it in the photos. But boy, does this car look super straight for its model year. And I just love the styling. The styling is very, very subtle, nothing too flashy. No big wings, by 63. If you remember 63, even Cadillac brought their wings down a little bit and has that Cadillac look almost, And there's a nice quarter panels. The door panels line up really nice. The windows look beautiful. The interior looks fantastic, So I'm pretty excited about this car for what it is. And I would be interesting to know if it's the original paint or somebody painted this a long time ago, because you couldn't paint this car for the price that this car is being offered for. Nice, plain, kind of luxury-looking dashboard. Beautiful chrome work around the trim. Looks like the original radio as well. Glove box looks really untouched. Rear seat looks beautiful. So yeah, trunk looks fantastic. I mean, it looks like the original splatter paint that they used back in those days, rubber stripping around the rear. I mean, this car, if you're okay with a four-door sedan and you want to drive something different on Sundays, this might be a car for you to buy. A good car to get into the hobby as well, something to go to car shows and learn from. They're very easy to work on. There's nothing that difficult. Yeah, I really like this car a lot. Hope you do too. Again, this car is $13,995 in Flushing, Queens, not too far from the airport there. And, we have a lot of car buffs that are in New York City, and a lot of times you find them in apartment buildings in Manhattan, just sitting there for the longest time. And, people do collect cars even in the city markets. So, like this car a lot. Hope you do. And if you're not part of the Robb's Car World subscribers, please subscribe. We have 554 subscribers. Next month, we're going to start doing live Q&A where you get a chance to ask me questions about cars, get to know me better. I get to know you as well. Thank you, all the patrons that we have on this channel. That's growing really nicely, and we appreciate your support as a patron. If you'd like to become a patron, there's a click here, a link to join, and we'd love to see you there as a patron. So thanks very much. I'll leave this last slide up again. If you want to find this car, just go to Craigslist and type in New York City and look up 1963 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88, and this car will come popping at you. Thanks again. This is Rob. We'll see you here.